What's going on, everybody? Today, what I want to do, as always, is talk to you guys. And the thing I want to talk to you guys about today is everything works when you get the ego out the way. I'll say that again. Everything, and I mean everything, works when you get your ego out the way. And the reason why I'm saying this is because today I was working with somebody. I don't want to call him a client. It's somebody I mentor. He's a 21-year-old personal trainer. And today we were going over sales. Now this kid, he's not paying me or anything. It's just something I really, really love to do. And I do a lot of stuff for free. And the main reason why I do stuff for free now is not because I actually feel like the training is actually going to help him. The main reason why I do it now is because I'm just sharpening my sword. I'm just sharpening my sword as a teacher. The more I teach, the better and better I get at it. And this is the main reason why I do so much stuff for free, is not because I believe it's actually gonna help people. And I've learned this over the years. I've been a coach for 12 years. Anytime you do anything for free, the person in front of you is just gonna take it for granted. They're not actually gonna do anything with it. It's very, very rare that they actually commit to the exercises, commit to the homework afterwards. But for me, now that I'm 36 years old, be 37 in November, I've learned this is the reason why I'm so good, because I do so much stuff for free. But in the past, I used to get really, really agitated when I used to do stuff for free. And then the stuff that I am teaching them, they don't actually implement it. They don't take action on it. And I used to get really, really upset. Like, what's the point of me doing this? And I realize now, after doing this for 12 years, the point of me doing this was to sharpen my sword. And this is why I'm very, very good at teaching what it is I'm teaching. But today, what we were going over is sales, and sales is probably something I'm really, really good at. Like, really good at it. I'm really, really good at persuasion. I'm really, really good at shifting beliefs. I'm really, really good at storytelling. And what I want to go over today is how everything works when it comes to healing, when it comes to exercise and getting in shape, when it comes to enlightenment, when it comes to anything, marketing, content creation, everything works once you get the ego out the way. And today we were going over sales, and the kid was showing me stuff. He was showing me other sales trainers. And one of the things we did like a role play. And he was the client, he was the prospect. And I told him to give me a hard time and I'm gonna pitch you. And I asked him some questions, like for instance, what is his goals, this and that. And he was role playing like he was a client. And then when it got to the pitch, I said something like, the price of this is going to be X, Y, and Z. I forgot what I said, it was like $420 a month. And he cut me off. He said, well, I was watching this guy and he said, never say price, say investment instead. And I said, okay. And he showed me the guy. And I watched the guy's content. And the guy's good, very, very good. The problem though, this guy is very, very egoic based. He's very technique based. He thinks there's a either or, because the ego is very, very addicted to either or, meaning if this works, there's no way this other thing can work. So the way the ego works is if one thing is true, the other thing can't possibly be true. So for him, when he heard me say the price of that is gonna be, I think I said $420 a month, we were role playing. He said, well, this guy said, never say the word price because the prospect might go on guard. And I said, yes, this is true. But I've used price all 12 years of my coaching. I don't try to do some tricky little tactic where the investment, no, it's a price. It's a price. But what I told him was, stop focusing on the technique, stop focusing on the words, focus on the energy and your intent behind it. For instance, if I say the word price and I'm saying it in a way where it's a win-lose, meaning I believe by me getting this prospect's money, I am winning because I'm tricking the person and they are losing, yes, maybe saying the word investment sounds a little bit softer, it sounds a little bit smoother, it sounds a little easier. However, if I say the word price, the price of that is gonna be $420 a month. And my energy behind it is, by you buying this product, it's truly going to change your life. They're gonna feel that. Like for instance, when I make these posts, I do my best to set the intent of giving, of serving. I do the best to get my ego out the way, remove my ego, get it out the way so I could serve you guys. Because I realized a long, long time ago, not saying you guys, but people don't care about me. People care about what I can do for them. How can I help raise them? How can I best serve them? What value can I give to them? So when you say something like price is gonna be $420 and your intent behind it is you're winning, I'm winning. By you giving me this money, you're actually saving money. If that's your true intent, like particularly for personal training, like for instance, personal training, if you as a trainer truly believe that this is the best option for them, like I used to believe this as a full-time personal trainer. When I worked for the gyms, I used to believe working with me is probably the best thing you could ever do. Like by giving me $420 a month, $720 a month, whatever the package price was, is the best possible choice. I'm actually saving you money. How? Because I've seen what happens to people when they don't take care of their health. I've seen what happens to people when they don't go to the gym. And right now, there's somebody watching this video who's not going to the gym, who's not working out, who's taking everything for granted, who sees my little Chinese grandma post that resets your nervous system, and you keep skipping them. You keep saying, I'll do it later. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you keep on waiting. You keep on waiting. In the long run, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to people close to me. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna be in a lot of pain. So you better choose to invest in yourself now. Take the time out and actually go to the gym. I realize that the gym membership is $15 a month, $20 a month, and you keep saying you're gonna go. Imagine if you was paying $2,000 a month. You would actually go to the gym. But anyway, that's besides the point. So what I told him was, that's all technique based, that's all ego based. So in his frame, because he's in his ego, he's in a state of control. And I don't know this content creator, this sales trainer, and this guy probably makes way more money than me. So, you know, who am I to judge? But what I'm saying is, he's coming from a frame of ego. He needs to have control of the interaction. He's trying to control everything. He's trying to monitor everything. And I'm telling you, there's a reason why he teaches sales now as opposed to still being in sales. I say that again, there's a reason why he teaches sales now as opposed to still being in sales. So, because it's exhausting. When you're thinking about technique, and your ego's in the way, and you're trying to control everything, that's what the ego's designed to do. It's designed to fight, avoid, control, manipulate, as opposed to just allowing yourself to be present and just be. Observe the moment as it is. Stay open to the moment. And in the terms of sales, like I'm doing this video right now, it's just coming to me. I'm remaining open. I'm not planning this video. I didn't sit down and write a little script. I'm just allowing it to flow out of me. And hopefully I'm keeping your attention. Everything works. It's the same thing with healing. I got a comment the other day. Somebody felt like I was bashing therapy with one of my posts. It was one of my Chinese grandma posts. And I said at the end of the video, in the writing post, I was like, this is why generations remain calm without ever using therapy language. I'm not bashing therapy. Everything works when you remove the ego, when you stay present to the moment, when you stay open and listen. For instance, in romance, you know, I have a joke with people that know me and my girlfriend's relationship. I've been in a relationship for 12 years now. Very, very happy. And I don't like talking about it because I'm afraid I'm gonna jinx it, but I figure I share it right now. Very happy, 12 years, madly in love. Still a lot of passion, a lot of passion. There's a joke that I have with other women. I have a lot of female friends. And most of them are in very, 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 very rocky relationships, or they bounce around. And I said to them, I remember I said, when I'm with my girl, I am Louis, which is the guy that pays the bills. I am Lou, the protector. I am Louis, which is the guy that pleases her sexually. And I'm also Louisa, the guy that likes to take her on fairy tales and gossip. What does this mean? You need to be everything, because everything works. So as a guy or as a man, and men will never get this because men are always constant. I'm a little disappointed I don't work with a lot of men, because a lot of the clients I work with are women. Majority of my audience here, like 88%, are women who do this healing work. But men try to get the right answer. What's the correct answer? What's the right technique? For instance, if they're making an Instagram video, I'm working with 2 people right now who are trying to become content creators, and they're actually men. They want to know the right line. What's the right line to say? How do I open the video? What's the right hook, as they call it? The first 3 seconds of every video is very, very important. You need the right hook. And I said to them, why don't you just make 10 videos and just rapid fire? And the reason why I teach this is rapid fire succession, because what happens is you get the ego out the way. If you gotta make 10 reels, each video being like maybe 2 minutes long, just talking, what happens is by the 4th or 5th video, you're taking so much action that your ego gets out the way, your mind gets out the way, and you naturally say the right thing. And I proved this today with the kid that I'm working with. I think we did 10 reels together. And by the time he got to the 4th, he was really shocked. I was like, again, next video, next video, next video. And I was showing him stuff, and he was amazed at how fast he was creating content. I think we made like 10 or 12 reels in like maybe like 15 minutes, just yapping. And the stuff he was saying was like magic. He was like, wow. We rewatched it. He was like, this was so good. I don't know where this was coming from, because your ego got out the way. You got to realize everything works. There's no right or wrong answer. Right or wrong just comes from the ego. What's the ego is when Adam and Eve, if we go back to the Bible, decided to eat the forbidden fruit. Remember the story. They're in paradise, and they're in the Garden of Eden. They're just flowing. Everything's connected. We're all working together. We're all one. But then they ate the fruit from good and evil. I call it it's from the tree of good and evil. I call it the tree of labels. The tree of labels is when you start saying that's right and this is wrong. Now, granted, yes, when it comes to good and evil, I do think there's such thing as good and evil. But right and wrong, sometimes like it's a blurry line. What I'm trying to say is everything works. Whatever you do, as long as you decide to get the ego out the way, whatever career you decide to pursue, it's going to work as long as you get your ego out the way. As long as you're not trying to get something and you're completely trying to serve. Like for me, with this Instagram page, Facebook page, YouTube page, all I'm trying to do is serve. How can I serve? How can I give? How can I love? How can I get out the way? And every time I start a video like this, my ego does get in the way. I can hear it. It's like, oh, what's the right thing to say? Duh, duh, duh. Like, make sure you look cool. Maybe you should have shaved your mustache. I realize that I am not that voice in my head. I am the observer of the voice. And I try my best as much as possible to connect with that observer, that witness, that spirit more and more. And when I do, I realize everything works as long as you get your ego out the way. So practice this. Say, everything works as long as I get the ego out the way. Everything works as long as I get my ego out the way. And if you do this, you'll be shocked at how much smoother your life is. Like the kid, he was so shocked that he was able to knock out that many reels. Because he was doing like 1 reel every 3 days. And he was wondering why he's not growing on Instagram. Because he's actually sitting down trying to script out the perfect line, script out the perfect hook, script out the perfect content, and then when he gets on the camera, he's very, very stiff. So this is something we worked on today. We did some of my stretches actually that I teach here to open up the front of his body for him to feel into it. And then we did some really, really weird exercises, like we held eye contact for like 4 or 5 minutes, and you could see it was very, very uncomfortable for him. And he was shocked at how comfortable I am at holding eye contact with people. But he always noticed that about me as a communicator. Like, one of the things I'm very, very good at is if you're somebody in front of me and I'm talking to you, I will hold your attention. And I know when you're starting to drift, when your mind's starting to drift, I will pull you right back. I would do some type of pattern interrupt, and I naturally do this. It's not like I'm thinking about it. It just comes out of me. I know how to change my cadence, change my rhythm, change the pitch. I know how to do all of this. Why? Because I got my ego out the way. I'm coming from a place of presence. I'm coming from a place of love. I'm coming from a place of collaboration as opposed to competitiveness. I'm trying to get something. So this is why I believe too, why I was really, really good at sales, is because when I was pitching somebody, and I don't even like using the word, but pitch, whatever, my intent behind it, right? When I was pitching somebody, they felt it. They felt I was I really cared. I really loved them in that moment. I really, really wanted to serve them. I really, really wanted to heal them. I really wanted to help them lose the weight. And I told the kid, I said, look, man, I know what's going on in his mind. He's 21, he's not making that much money. So some of the prices that he is offering as a personal trainer is something that he wouldn't pay for. It's too expensive for him. So he's looking at his bank account and he's saying, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And it might be true, but what I've learned over the years, over 12 years, the more somebody pays, the more they pay attention. The more they invest, the more likely they are to get the result. And this is something I've just learned, but everything works. You gotta get your ego out the way. Stop trying to control everything. Learn to flow. Learn to surrender. Learn to open up. Learn to relax your heart, relax your stomach, relax your pelvis. And when you start doing that, your energy goes through the roof. Like, people are shocked at how much I don't wanna say work, but how much I do. And it's because I'm coming from a place of presence. I'm coming from a place of energy. I'm coming from a place of spirit. I'm not always coming from a place of thoughts and trying to control and manipulate and twist and hold. I'm genuinely coming from a place of love. And a lot of it has to do with, some of my morning routines. I do a lot of the Chinese grandma stuff. I do a lot of movement to open up my body, to get myself into a good vibe. It's all about vibes. It's all about vibes. If you want things to work, have a good vibe. Can you stop being a taker and start giving? Can you come from a place where your cup is overflowing to where it's just natural for you to give? The amount of people that are just takers. Like, for instance, on my Instagram page, there's people that actually curse me out and get mad at me because they might comment a release on one of my promo posts for my anxiety release breakthrough system, and they don't actually read the stuff. They just see that I know what's going on. They just see everybody else comment release, so they do it too. And then they get a DM about my course and they realize it's a paid program. Mind you, I put that it's a paid program in the post, but they didn't read the post. They just saw that everybody else comment release, so I'm gonna comment release. And then when they click on the link and they see it costs $47, they get upset and they think I'm being a taker. And I'm like, they come at me. It's all about getting to the bag, isn't it? I'm like, bro, miss, I've made over 2,000 to 3,000 free videos. Each video takes anywhere from 10 to 90 minutes long to make. I've given a lot to hundreds of thousands of people online. Is it okay if I receive a little? If you take care of me, you'll be surprised at how much more I could actually give. Can I fill my cup? But that's just me venting. Again, the point of the video is everything works once you get the ego out the way. So just say that to yourself. Everything works. Every technique works, every healing modality works, every exercise works. As long as I come from a place of presence, love, and spirit, as opposed to ego. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there because Instagram will cut me off at 20, and I think I hear deers. They might be mating, but leave any feedback in the comment section below. I'll see you next time. Peace.